Okay, this is working. Just double check on my phone. Basically, it's the end of June, and I'm going to do Stories of Pride. I wanted to do it before now, but between the heat wave and having a lot of pain in my abdominal muscles from my hernia, sitting up for long periods of time has been really difficult. So yeah, I didn't get to it. Planned to last night, but it was just too... Oh, God. It's getting really annoying. I go on vacation on this weekend, I'm dreading it with that. But yeah, the event is repeatable. Well, it's a mini quest. But I kind of got disgusted too with RuneScape. Basically, for when I first, beginning of June, they had the Happy Pride, and I was so happy that they actually had it, because I didn't expect them to, with how, shitty the new management is. But then when they did the update for the change the avatars, it no longer showed, like the Welcome to RuneScape, it would be Happy Pride. And I think that was deliberate, if I'm going to be conspiracy theory about it, that they purposely saved the controversial changing the avatars and player changing the avatars, player character faces, for when people would be reacting to not having a Pride event again this year. They also have not, last year at least, there was the parade stream and stuff, and this year they were kind of sweeping it under the rug, let's put it that way. But yeah, Birthrope. I think it's Birthrope. So I dressed my character up extra game. A player gave me the wings during the last double XP. I was grinding and they saw that. I'm like, oh yeah, I have a spare set. Because I had set my name to the Proud and I had the little cape on. Because I was really, since last year's, as kind of a protest. So yeah. Is it this guy? Yeah. YOLO. But yeah, I hate the avatar faces. They're better emoting, but it doesn't fit in the game, especially where the NPCs still have the old ones. Because I find she looks like she's fucking staring off into space. She has, she looks stunned, and I really don't like her. I liked her having, the fuller cheeks, and the, yeah, I think she looks annoying. I don't like it. Talk about diverse stories. Ah, fabulous. We found all the stories currently on this world. Perhaps in the future there'll be more, but for now these stories will be a wonderful addition to my collection. Can I not replay it? I thought it was repeatable. Did they remove it early? I wouldn't put it past them to have done that. Anyway, what I have in my inventory, I was going to finish Pirate Pete's part of Recipe for Disaster, because I had to start it. I haven't finished Recipe for Disaster. I've only done a few parts of it because my friend and some of his friends wanted to do the Mega Duck, so I couldn't make breadcrumbs until I had started the Pirate Pete Recipe for Disaster. I was looking forward to playing that. I did it last year. Maybe it's just recurring and not repeatable. Do I have one? Is it something I could have put in my inventory? Or my bank? I think that's a bank. I'm not sure though. I don't think, maybe, I think I got it wrong. Basically, the map icons kind of messed me up, if I would be honest. I think it's just not repeatable. I think it's just a... I know the quickest way to... This was like one of the best things my friend ever gave me. He gave me the ring. I've used it so much. For teleporting to the Grand Exchange. I don't have much voice. I already entered my bank pin, so I don't have to worry about that. I think this is it. Yeah, it might just be because I have this with me too. But we'll go over it for the sake of it. Basically, Stories of Pride was, I think it was released in 2022. It's just like a mini quest where the curator in Birthrope tasks you with going and collecting stories about diversity. And a lot of it's like gender identity, relationships, you know, things like that. Ace Anthropology, Cold-Blooded but Not Cold-Hearted in Land of Giant Lizards, journal, Last Forgotten Outside a Volcanic Lair. So I'll just go through this. I'm glad it's not broken like the fucking Hans's List. Basically, after they did the update, and I could finally play, because I couldn't play for weeks because of crashes and lag. The list was complete, like, the formatting and everything was broken as shit. Because I still had Hans's checklist in my inventory from the anniversary event. Vincent Dithas's journal. I'm probably butchering this pronunciation. The Alujanka are a gregarious sort. Their numbers are low, yet their spirits are high. They love to talk, chatter, and mingle with one another, indeed, with all who cross their path. I confess I find it baffling. They have rituals for all of these interactions, from how one should take tea in the morning, through the difference in saying goodbye to a relative compared to saying goodbye to a friend. But of all the rituals, none of which I can begin to fathom None seem quite so alien to me as those surrounding courtship. I do not understand the appeal of attaching one's existence to that of another. The bizarre stitching together of feelings and thoughts as though one's own are insufficient. What is the point? I feel no desire to share my innermost self with others, at least no more than necessary. I say what I think, and I mean what I say. I need no validation from another. Yet the hoops that these young Lujanka must step through implies that these romantic pairings must be the greatest of prizes, and they seek them with such an all-consuming zeal that it must be of utmost importance to them. It begins fairly simply. One Lujanka brings a gift to some kind to their object of their affection, something simple, normally food that they have prepared themselves. Their attendant either accepts the gift, thus signaling that they are willing to advance to the ritual to the next stage, or they politely, or impolitely in some cases, refuse the gesture, and the gift giver leaves the situation in a malaise of misery and embarrassment. Once a gift has been accepted, it falls to the recipient to begin the next stage of the ritual. They must prepare a surprise of some kind for other Ilujanka, something to elicit genuine shock. This could be as simple as leaping out from the bushes, screaming at them, or it could be something altogether more subtle. The difference appears to be dependent on the length of the intended relationship. If the other is sufficiently surprised, then the two of them, or more, though the complexities of multiple partner rituals are far greater, move on to the next stage of the ritual. The stage involves walking together under the night sky. On Irara, this would be in the light of the 3 moons, but on Gillinor, the ritualists seem content with starlight. Beneath the night sky, they are forbidden from keeping secrets and engage in a strange game where one may ask a question of one another, and that question must be answered truthfully. In exchange, the questioned may then ask a question of their own, and that must also be answered truthfully. If one is uncomfortable with answering the question, the ritual is drawn to an immediate close, and the ritualists depart each other's company. This seems to create a competition, where those involved strive to bare their souls to one another with ever-increasing intimacy. Naturally, the content of the questions varies depending on the desired complexity of the bond. Evidently, there are varying levels of companionship, ranging from desired betrothal through to simple, agreed flirtation. Even I have been the recipient of gifts from some of the more, shall we call them adventurous Ilujanka. Evidently, they feel our two species are compatible. One brought me a particularly rare flower that I happened to need for my experiments. I was delighted, as I believed it might be the key to a breakthrough on unraveling the Ilujanka condition. Evidently, this was considered the perfect gift by said adventurous Ilujanka. Alas, this did not occur to me at the time, and now I find myself in an awkward situation, having to turn them down after the fact. Why did they do this to themselves and to one another? Merely thinking about it brings me to exhaustion. In their defense, my studies into the mating rituals of the other races lead me to feeling similarly fatigued. Perhaps Kuropak was right with his method of producing offspring. It's certainly simpler. Oh, is fucking Cheesemonger here? Cheeseman God. Cheeseman God. Praise cheese. If I can. I'm terrible at typing on my tablet, especially in landscape mode. And also it doesn't help that the text is white on a light blue background. Bob Saget. Okay. I got love letter. Love lingers long after a heart is broken by grief. At the lowest point rests the last words of a good man. To my beloved. I've been thinking about you a lot recently. I haven't seen you in a while, so I thought I'd write you a letter. I know you must be busy with the many inscrutable things that gods do, but I miss you. The garden is going well in your absence, though in fairness that's probably why. Never did have the green thumb, more of a toxic claw. I've never known someone so amazingly skilled at accidentally killing plants than you. How someone could be chosen by the spirits, and yet as awful with plants as you are, I will never understand Armadillo, the lord of the flock, blight of begonias. Still, despite its bountiful growth, the garden is not the same without you. It never is. I remember when we first built this little house. I remember our neighbors confused at why the mighty Armadillo was building a little hut to live with a pudgy farmer. Worse, to live with one of the Boogden. I know you enjoyed their shocked faces as much as I did. Never openly laughed at their silliness. There was always that twinkle of malicious mischief that I love in you. You hide it well, but you can't hide it from me. Don't worry, I won't tell anyone. I remember when we finally finished building the house, and we both just collapsed on the carpet, as though we could never move again. You would have used your powers to have built it in an instant without the physical strain, but you chose not to. We built it together with our own sweat and tears, and it was worth it. The place will last our whole lives together. It's a good home, and one that's sorely missing you. I know you talk about your old home a lot. You talk about your old home a lot, about your children. You always get a little smile on your face when you do. It makes me happy to see you so happy thinking about them. Delight as you recount the stories that Wrath used to tell, the story of the joy as you speak about the mysteries she unraveled and the puzzles she created for you. That glint of mischief in your eyes as you talk about Trespass and his jokes, the pride in your face as you talk about him becoming a tribal leader, and yes, the sorrow and anger as you remember the murder, as you remember his murder. You were an excellent father. It's in your blood. You care so deeply, so strongly, and share that love so readily with your family. You should be a father again. I thought we might talk about whether we could adopt. I know that is a bigger question that's worthy of a letter, and we should talk about it in person. I want to see the idea with you. With this war, there are many eggs that will hatch to parents lost in battle. We could take them in and raise them as our own. We teach them about justice, truth, and diplomacy. And I teach them all the stuff you're terrible at, such as gardening, dancing, and cooking. Anything practical, really. How did I get roped into this marriage again? Ah, yes, it was because I fell in love with a big goofy bird who can't dance, and thought no one was watching when he tried. But I saw you, I always see you. Anyway, I won't keep you. I just want you to know that I miss you and I love you. The house is empty without you. But it's here and waiting for you when you can return to me. I look forward to dancing beneath the stars again, and I have invested in some sturdy footwear to protect my feet. From yours, all the power of the heavens and yet all the grace of a stone. I miss you. Come back to me soon. Yours always, Obi. That was a Threads suggested post notification. It's really... Threads is really weird about notifications. They're kind of broken on my tablet. The bubble pop-up isn't... is always clipped off, but... It likes to give me loud notifications no matter how I change, like, the push settings. For, like, suggested posts, but it doesn't for, like, replies to my posts. It gives me silent ones for that. And it's like, God. But yeah, that reminded me of, I just listened to, I'm listening to Season 2 of Zombies Run right now. I unlocked a bunch for free each per week, and then I learned that it didn't unlock on the account, it unlocked on the device. So I've been trying to grind through what I have purchased, well, unlocked for free, in case something happens to my phone or that stops being supported on my phone, because I'm using the last version supported on my phone. And it, there's, the Radio Able couple, are Jack and Eugene, their husbands, and one of the story clips was that he had taken Jack's shoes and wrote left on like the right foot or the other way around, because he was terrible at dancing. It's because 2 left feet. So yeah, but I did purchase the VIP membership again today, like resubscribed. I haven't subscribed for years because I stopped being supported on my old phone, and then I just like got out of it. But I've been trying to, especially because my friend, once I get to season 3, they're going to play it along with me, I guess. That's why I got into it originally anyway. It was because of them back in like 2018. That was an interesting teleport animation. But yeah, so I'm really enjoying Zombies Run again, especially now that it's been repurchased by, like the IP is now back with one of the co-creators. Family matters. A couple of stone hearts, but even a thief's heart can ache. Oh, Caitlin Cadan. What do you want to do, Annie? Annette Cadan. I'm not sure. Part of me wants to tear it up, throw it in the lum, and forget about this whole ordeal. Oh, an adventure. Is there somewhere something we can help you with? Is everything alright? Oh man, it's not even letting my headpiece follow my fucking avatar's head. Is everything alright? It's nothing to worry about at all. It's just, it's fine, Kai. I don't mind telling them. We received a letter from my father today. He wants to visit us later this month. Presumably my mother will be there as well, if she can bring herself to come. I've always been an embarrassment to her. And you don't want to see them? It's complicated. You see, I'm the eldest child of a noble family in Varrock. To say my relationship with my parents was strained would be putting it very lightly. We never saw eye to eye, and when my mother tried to pressure me into marrying Lord Clutterbuck, that was the final straw. Lord Clutterbuck? Trust me, his name is the most entertaining thing about him. Besides being, well, very much not my type, he is the dullest person I have ever met. He likes his tea with milk and 2 sugars. He wears a tan shirt and green trousers. His favorite hobby is reading. That one doesn't sound so bad. Yeah, considering we're, my husbando is Satan Rebel Baby. Exclusively non-fiction. And you're both as clearly clipping through your jaw with that revelation there. Arg. What she really wanted was a bad girl. I love you, dear, but I'll hardly describe you as a bad girl. There's certainly never a dull moment with you, though. What happened with Lord Buttercluck? I couldn't go through with the marriage, no matter how much my parents wanted it. One day I caught an adorable thief robbing the family vault. Not much older than myself. One thing led to another, and here we are. I thought they must have been worrying about me all these years, but according to this letter, my father knows everything. He saw me run off with Caitlin, and heard about our marriage. Now he wants to see me again, and he wants to meet her. Will you agree to see them? I think, the more I think about it, the more I want to give this a chance. I know my mother won't approve of our lifestyle choices. To be fair, we're one as thieves in Misselin, Arscania, and the Tree Gnome Village. That's my life. I'm a philanthropic thief now, an outlaw on the run with the woman I love. My mother doesn't have to like it. Perhaps she'll see that I'm finally happy. Maybe that would be enough. I'm there to support you whatever happens. I hope it goes well. Thank you. Yeah, the lifestyle choices, it's not a choice of, who sexual, identity or sexuality, whatnot. But, it kind of plays into that because their lifestyle choice is to be thieves. Also, I should mention that the reason I'm streaming this on Twitch instead of just recording it is because of my tablet and RuneScape not getting along with recording. Sometimes it will just randomly stop recording, and it will be like a unplayable temporary file saved instead. That's why I'm doing it with Twitch. Just because I know there's the backup of the VOD. What's in a name? A visitor from another world waits near the gate she came through. Select an option. Read journal entries. See the conversation. Read the journal entry. List of names. Karis, Heled, Rian, Anwen, Atgoff, Angoff. With Welsh, Ogoff is caves, and I love it. That's one of my favorite Welsh words. What's the name? What's this list of names? I say with my gigantic clipping through headdress. Where did you find that? I haven't seen it for, a long time. This brings back memories. I always liked the sound of Karis, but in the end it just wasn't me. Helid was far too ostentatious. I quite liked Anwin, though. What's the problem with Atgoff? I think it's pretty. That was Dwin's suggestion. It means memory. Because he said I was as happy as memory. Wait, what does Atgoff mean, then? Let's say it's more appropriate. Let's just say it's more appropriate. Good Dogs. By a manner enshrouded in permanent night, a journal rests in peace. Dear Diary, Ed and I went on our first date today. It was awful. After spending a month trying to get Ed to take initiative for once in his life, I guess you really can't teach an early mid-adulthood dog new tricks. I caved and suggested a midnight picnic in the marshes by Draenor Manor. Sounds romantic, right? I even prepped some food beforehand. Nothing much, just some shark soup, half a dozen bacon mounds, and a 2-tiered chocolate cake. Didn't want to overdo it on the first date. When I arrived at the clearing, I found Ed, shoulder-deep in the marshes, killing some kind of swamp beast. Watching him slowly emerge, bloody water dripping from his matted fur, wasn't entirely unappealing, until he got on all fours and shook himself dry. The blanket, the food, my freshly groomed fur, all soaked in the sticky swamp water and marsh monster innards. He apologized. A lot. Old habit, I guess. I suppose the guilt is why he insisted on eating everything I cooked for him, despite the questionable aftertaste. Even that damn cake. I was thinking baking a chocolate cake. He's a werewolf. I'm a werewolf. It's toxic to us. It wasn't even just a bit of the cake. He ate the whole cake. To cut the tension, I suggested we go for a walk. But who doesn't love walks? It started raining, really badly. Then there was thunder and lightning, and basically it was terrible. We had to take shelter in an abandoned shack. I tried to start a fire. Ed was pacing like a wolf on a mission, growling and refusing to look me in the eye. What was his problem? Was it me? He see what I was thinking because he turned to me and opened his... Maybe he could see what I was thinking, because he turned to me and opened his mouth to speak, before quickly turning away, cheeks bulging like a chin-chompa, hoarding food for winter. And then all in furnace broke loose. The vomit hit the wall, the floor, even the ceiling. It was gushed from his mouth for over a minute. I thought he was going to die. When it was finally over, Ed whimpered and waddled over to me with his tail between his legs. After a moment of awkward silence, he said that he was sorry for ruining our first date, that his nerves had got the better of him. I told him it was fine. Oh, the date was absolutely horrendous. But not everyone can be as calm and swab under pressure as yours truly, right? The last part seemed to make him chuckle for some reason. And then he kissed me. He kissed me. He actually kissed me. I could have done without the taste of regurgitated cake it left in my mouth. Besides that, it was wonderful. As far as dates go, I've been on worse. Greg's journal. Oh, did I actually, did I do Failing Matters? Oh, no, that was a conversation one, that's why I didn't read. Love letter, yeah. Yeah, I wrote, an MLM, werewolf story, for, was it 2022 or 2023, Satan's birthday celebration, collaboration thing, fan thing. I wrote, like 10,000 words. It's my longest fanfic. It was several chapters. I never finished the last part. It was around the time my stomach issues started getting really bad. And I was just so, like, I had trouble working on it because I just had to be, like, my eyes wouldn't focus good because of the medication. It just was bleh. But yeah, it's on AO3. It's most of the epilogue I want to write. I left the outline on as the final chapter, though. But yeah. We got butterflies. It's amazing that you can find in basements, particularly kitchen basements. Well, where I'm partly doing Recipe for Disaster, that's not really that, Xenix Journal, 34th Pentember. I'm getting used to walking on the surface now. There's still a lot of rude surface dwellers and ham people. I should mention ham, as Humans Against Monsters, it's a cult little thing. They wear, like, magenta robes. Like pinky magenta. Most people I meet up here are actually nice. The cook keeps trying to send me out to get ingredients, and I finally did. He even let me try some of the cake he made. It was amazing. It was so sweet and soft and delicious. I want more. I need more. I might try and make one myself now I know how to get everything. If I did, I'd be able to talk to Millie again as well. She was very nice and pretty. She taught me how to make flour by pulling these levers. I thought maybe the adventurer would be the only surface dweller I found attractive. There's just something about an adventurer. They do things, explore places, make peace. I want to do that. It'd be hard to tell if you want to date someone or if you want to be them. Most of the time, I think it's both. Drogon wasn't like that. He was always wanting to play it safe, and only went adventuring with me because I was going no matter what. I did like him, though. I remember how my stomach was all nervous and excited when he gave me that necklace. Millie said the surface dwellers call it getting butterflies. I got the same butterflies with Millie, and with the adventure. I don't think it's just the giddiness of being up here. There are just so many people, all fascinating, all beautiful, in so many different ways. In the same way, I'm beginning to feel part of both the caves and the surface. I feel like I belong equally in both worlds. The caves are home, dark and cozy and safe. The surface is bright and scary, but exciting. There's so much to it. I love them for their differences. Well, they get a bit deep. I think I'll try and make a cake. The cook said he might even teach me, let me be his assistant. I'd like to see Millie again. Okay, a thoughtful gift. Those two spirits avoid wolf whistles by talking privately upstairs. These two spirits. Oh, great Gothics. What on Gilliner happened to you? Rune stacks. Kilatias. Hiya. I went to the mountains and stumbled upon a cave of ice trolls. Got outnumbered. Oh no, are you hurt? Oh, rune stacks. Remember what they taught you? Okay, did you say something? First we add some toad flax, and then some... Oh gosh, I wish I'd paid more attention. Hello? Got it. Some crushed bird's nest. Here's some drink of this. It will help a little. Wait. What are you, Urk? Now, where are those bandages here? Please keep applying pressure. Doctor knows best, I guess. How did you get frostburn too? You need to be more careful. I don't know how I would feel if I lost you. Lost me? I didn't say anything. Nothing at all. What are you doing in such a dangerous place anyway? I got you this. Got me... Is that a troll wise? Mm-hmm. For you. Very pretty, yes, please. You're adorable when you get all flustered. Incomprehensible flustered noises. Regardless, you shouldn't have gone there and got hurt for me. Well, now next time we'll take a more scenic route together. I okay. It's a date. Shove it back in my bank. Basically, you get this from it. Yeah. But yeah, I don't like it. It looks like their head's like stuck on, like a doll, like, you know, a Barbie type situation. But yeah, fancy ass wings. The banner. I would wear the banner more, but I don't like how the walking animation is with banners, and also you can't attack or anything with it in your hand. But yeah. My now too big flower crown. Oh, I forgot this is bugged. Basically, it's bugged. But yeah, you can see my appearance. I don't like that they changed the hair coloring too. I use the like shrimpy, or not shrimp, the other pink, light pink. But they've changed it to more of like a pale blue. The hair. But yeah, my head dress is like way too big now. And my head looks kind of flat with it. Basically, they did in 2024. It was like the biggest thing that had like so many things you could get. You could get like a shark plush, flower head dress, flower crown, I should say. And like the RuneScape Pride shirt. I wish I had bought one, but at the time I figured it was going to be something that they'd have year to year. And the shipping from the UK was like really expensive. Canadian dollars about half of what a pound is. I just don't like how scrolling works on this. Always over scroll, but yeah. Because I had a physical version of the shirt that I have her wearing. for sale. But yeah, it was like a huge event. They had like, just like the whole quest, everything. Adventures maybe. Quests. What was it called? Oh my, what was it? I cannot remember what that quest was called. I think it was like True Colors or something like that. The destroy text on the book is that you can reclaim it during June from the curator. I guess maybe not. Oh, I apparently had, there was a Pride Gators. There's a pair of Crocs you could get. I didn't know that, but yeah, I gotta finish this stuff. But yeah, it apparently was not listed as a quest. But basically, it was about I have an upload of it on my YouTube. Feet. I did not know that there was one for. But yeah, there was Pride Gators as well from it. You know, Crocs. So yeah. Yeah, it was about helping Rain do a Pride Parade. You know, like Rain on Parade, and you had to go like meet different people with different, you know, like they would tell you like about themselves, like why they're proud, and then they'd have like a little parade around Varrock that you could join in or just watch. It was great. I loved it. But it was so disappointing that like from the, you know, from that like this big event to the new management, like the new CEO being like, yeah, it's too controversial to support this now. And just like canceling stuff that was already made is what really pissed me off. Like, but what really upsets me too is the type of replies and stuff that they allow on their social media. Instead of like moderating it more and stuff, they like it's the same as with when they were getting rid of the like protein and stuff. that toxic type of minority amount of players that they encourage, like the gatekeeping, and that's what I found is so depressing the last year with it, is that with not having Pride in 2025, the CEO's comments, and just like that type of thing, it makes me so depressed, because it's like, it feels like I'm not the type of player that is welcome in the game anymore after playing for over 20 years. Compared to, like, things like RuneScape Lounge, and stuff like I was in when I first started playing, the community, the players and stuff. Like, when I came back, it was so nice in 2024, after having not played for almost a decade. And then, like, this bullshit. The toxicity and the seeming encouragement by management of that toxicity. But I was really pissed off that they changed how grandfather pricing works. I can't get they removed the 6-month and the 3-month options, which that's how I would usually get it, like for membership. And they changed the grandfather prices only applying per month now, so you don't get a deal, like for buying multiple months of membership. I think the year cost is like $110 now for me if I want to get that. So out of spite, I bought 6 months by month to get my grandfather pricing. But the attitude when I contacted support about it, because I was like mad, I sent I didn't send a nasty complaint. I was just like, this is really sad, and never, like, the response I got was like, I'm pretty sure this was sent by AI. I never did get a response back either last year when I sent, how disappointed I was, how, I sent my grievances also as feedback to support. I never got a response back on that. On, feeling like I'm no longer the welcome type of player, the feeding toxicity, stuff like that. But anyway. So, that's what I wanted to do. I want to finish, the, Jungle Potion 2 is what I was going to do, and then my friend was like, oh, let's do the ducks, the Mega Duck, and so I made a whole bunch of breadcrumbs. I made, 300 loaves of bread, cut them up into breadcrumbs, and then his friends, are in a different time zone, and they, flaked. So that's something we gotta do sometime. Yeah, the, Story of Pride. Sadly, I can't repeat it. It's just reoccurring. It's in June every year. I'm actually surprised they unlocked it automatically this year. But yeah, the Welcome to Pride was so nice. And what I hate too is Reddit, because they got rid of the RuneScape forums years ago. So if you have a question or something, and it's the easiest way to ask, if you need help with something. But any Pride related posts get hit with bots and shit, and downvotes and stuff, and it's so it's just so sad to see this that has always been inclusive and accepting, and especially since 17 that there's actually been like official events and stuff, and quests released, and content, and items, and like the selling of the shirt for charity, than to just have it like the last 2 years just be like bullshit. And especially since there's like content that was made that hasn't been released, and like employee letters, open letters, and stuff, and things. It's just such bullshit to see after coming back. But yeah, so I can't do the whole quest again. I was hoping I could on, better graphics and whatnot. I haven't been able to play on my laptop. There was an update that changed, like, the upgraded the textures, and it wasn't working with my graphics card because I have Intel integrated. And it's apparently a common widespread issue, and they were going to work on it. And switching to compatibility mode did help, but then it would crash my graphics card after a bit if I went to like a more populated area. So I just haven't been able to play on my laptop. But at least I have the tablet as of December, so I'm not like nothing, you know. Yeah. So that's that. Yeah, Cheeseman God, there's like Cheesemancer is like a player that has been like, I've seen so much since I've come back. But where I teleported from before I got bothered was Kremja, because I wanted to. There's someone I have to talk to about getting the items for the fish cakes to save Pirate Pete. What's that? Oh, the Venus flytrap. Anyway, I'm gonna stop now. Yeah, I didn't catch the Robot Spacer shouting me out twice. I feel bad. But yeah, the setting up problem is why I have not been able to do play Mina the Hollower and such. Because it's just like, I think what happened was I haven't been active like I used to be, and when we had the car accident in January, I hadn't been active like much at all because of the injuries from that, and I think I just fucked up my abdominal muscles and made it weaker and made the hernia worse. So I have an appointment on Thursday before my trip to talk about it. But it's so annoying because it feels fine when I lay down. Like, it's just the weight when I'm sitting up. It gets so sore and so, like, it's a weird pressure. It feels like it's ripping, and I hate that feeling. So that's why I haven't been sitting up playing RuneScape or anything. That, discussed it at management, and just being hot and tired because, we had the heat wave.